Angry guy here, and women don't want to date 99% of men. What the? 99% of men, huh? So today we're discussing women don't want 99% of men. 99, what? That's too much. That's too much, and yet it's true. Yet it's true. Most women don't like most men today. And these are facts. Most women don't like literally, they don't like you. They don't like most men. They don't want to have anything to do with most men. They think most men are gross. They look down upon most men. This is just the general attitude of most women. If something like this were happening in society with the men, if most men disliked most women, and we're looking down on most women, and we're distancing themselves from most women, and had these horrible point, and we're saying there's terrible things about most women, it would be a catastrophe. They would say that, they'd say that it's a failure of society, it's a failure of the parents, it's a failure of our education system, that this type of hatred exists in our society. And yet when it happens to men, no one gives a damn, except people like Andrew Tate. And shout out to Andrew Tate, out of jail, chilling at home. Good job, bro. Good job.
Here's what we came up with. Women are officially crazy. I know it's shocking.
All right, Better Bachelor.
Guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. My name is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. Today, I didn't have any topics yesterday. I couldn't figure out what I wanted to talk about, and I didn't really have one today. But I've kind of said, okay, let me go through my bookmarks and see if there's anything interesting to talk about. And I think most of the topics I've talked about, but I noticed an overwhelming theme to them. And I said, something, I'm going to do a video about this. And then I saw a post by a guy who's a cognitive behavior therapist and a bunch of other things. I said, okay, I got my topic. And here's what we came up with. Women are officially crazy. I know it's shocking. Women now pretty much only want the one percenters. We knew this was going to happen. I mean, it was only a matter of time. And here we are. Women want the top one percenters. But here's the crazy part. Men in general, I think, are starting to want women less and less. I think it's because of the attitudes and everything that's gone online. And, we talk about this in a lot of videos, but let me silence my phone since people want to text me. But let me I have a bunch of headlines, a bunch of topics I want to talk about. We'll rattle down through them. This won't be an incredibly.
You said something very important. I'm going to talk about this further in another video regarding the mouse utopia and what we're beginning to see that happen around us as men are dropping out of society, and literally the beautiful. We're literally witnessing the emergence of the beautiful ones, but. I knew they were out there. It's so unbelievable. It took forever to find these fuckers, but finally we found them, the beautiful ones. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. But I'm going to make that video probably right after this video. But yeah, most women don't want most men, and the thing is, a lot of men now are beginning to find women as undesirable, and they're literally saying, yeah, you know what, I'm no longer attracted. For example, a lot of women today have these massive body counts. You have a woman that's been with 100 guys, 150 guys, 200 guys. She was with 20 guys just last year, and she's only 20 years old. She was with 3 guys in 1 week. I mean, sometimes 3 guys in 1 day. And this is the norm. And she's just going through her whore phase. And this is, and she's hooking up with the same exact guy. These women, they're all hooking up with the same exact guys, and they're blaming men for what they're doing. They're blaming men for their promiscuity. And then men, on the other hand, are having less sex than ever. They're working less than ever, and they're basically withdrawing from society more and more. They are men walking away from society, walking away from Western society and Western women. This is what's happening. Men are walking away from Western society, Western women, in many cases only putting in the bare minimum to survive, or are leaving Western society and Western women entirely, going overseas and finding someone else, which is the passport bros. Okay? The men walking away movement is growing, and it's growing rapidly.
Long video. So as we know, this came out in 2018, and we've covered this on many men's channels, but we're going to drill it down in another.
Women find 80% of men unattractive, says crazy study. It's not a crazy study. Women find 80% of men unattractive. Yes.
article. Women find 80% of men unattractive, says a crazy study. I'm just going to read this first paragraph so we can touch base on this, which was, 5 years ago, and now it's already changed again. Women are often thought of as picky, especially when men are concerned. Some single women are known to have lists of characteristics that their ideal man must possess, like great abs, sense of humor, six-figure income, nice car. When a woman meets a potential mate, she has to decide which of these traits are deal breakers and which she can let go. Unfortunately, now women are not letting go of any of them. They say no matter how selective a woman may be, some have strict physical attributes from their must-haves. OkCupid study found that women find 80% of men unattractive. And when you actually look at the chart, of course, really when you get down to it, there's only about 5% of men and almost 0% of them. If you look right here at the very top, really only about 1 or 2% of men are considered the top 10%. So if women only find 1% of men the top 10%, obviously there's something very wrong there. The top 10% of men should be the top 10% of men. Well, this guy named Alexander, and I follow him on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, at Bachelor Joker.
Women only listen, guys. I've said this before. Women want the top men. Women are looking for the top 10% of the top 10% of men, which is the top 1%. Women here are only finding attractive the top 10% of the top 1%, or the top 10% of the top 10%, which is 1%. Women are only finding 1% of men as attractive. 1%. All right. Let's get that out of there. I don't know how to tie a tie. What?
I do a lot of stuff over there that I don't do on YouTube or anywhere else on the web. I talk about politics. I talk about everything over there. So if you want to follow me over there, you can. I can also usually easier respond to you. Anyway, this guy, he's at Date Psych, and his name's Alexander. He's a neuroscience behavioral and cognitive graduate student. Research interest in attractiveness and dating, and his YouTube channel is alex.datepsych. And he went through, and I'm just going to scroll through. He went through and boiled down like this big, long study, breaking down a ton of data, brain scans. Like he really got into it on this thing. And here was his summary. New study on male dating app profiles and matches. Now, this is not a survey. This is a study. He says only one profile out of 100 was liked by more than 80% of women. So that means even this one.
Only one profile out of 100 was liked by 80% of women. So 80% of women only find 1% of men as attractive. 80% of women only find 1% of men as attractive. You have to think about that other 20% then. Like that other 20% has to literally be like the bottom. The other 20% has to be the bottom 20% of women.
One profile out of 100 wasn't liked by all women. It was liked by more than 80% of women. One of them out of 100 of them. And statistically, you could say, well, maybe they just grabbed a handful, but it looks like in the study, they broke it down and tried to find the most desirable to the least desirable profiles, put them out there for tests. And what this is saying is, hey, okay, women are now really at the 1%. They're really only at the top 1%ers. And if you watch the videos that I did on Courtney Ryan's stuff that I review, her video of her.
Women don't realize that their standards have changed so much that they no longer want relationships. Okay? What they want is, what they're looking for is a fantasy. It's the honest truth. Like, and I'm going to talk about this more with the Mouse Utopia video and everything, because I need to put that on. I need to make that for you guys. You know what? I'm going to jump in. I think I'm going to jump into that in a little bit, and I'll even link to that video so that you guys can watch that, because I really want to connect the two dots. So I'm going to stop the video right here. And what I'll be doing is I'll actually be referencing this video as well, because you know, again, they're making this excellent point about women only wanting that 1%. But I also want to bring in the Mouse Utopia into this, and I feel like that would be better to like really hammer home in another video. If I sound kind of nasally right now, it's because of my diet. I'm like I have this I'm allergic to everything, and I'm not supposed to eat anything. Like I've lived like this for years. Like I don't really talk about it with you guys, but for years I don't eat carbohydrates. I don't eat plants. I don't eat anything like that. And I kind of fell off my diet for like a week. And just like, if I fall off for like a week, I have my nose, I can't breathe. my throat starts to close up on me. I'm serious. Like I get nasally. It's it's like just terrible, terrible, terrible stuff. I become disoriented. I know you're like what? Like yeah, literally like it's my brain is it's like my body's attacking itself, and my immune system and my brain is like fighting my body, and I don't know. So yeah, this is how I've lived for like a long time, for a very long time, where I've only had it's where I'd only eat meat and completely cut out like plants and everything else, and like I kind of just like stress recently kind of just fucked with me, and I started to get sick again. So I've got to like cut that out. So if I sound a little nasally, even wondering what the hell that is, it's like it's that. I just have to like I just need like a week or two, and I'll be back to normal. But it's anyway, guys, this is what's going on with the study is. I mean, 1% women find only 1% of men as attractive. That should shock no one. It should absolutely shock no one, because this is how modern women are. This is basically the fall of Rome, the fall of the Roman Empire. It's so sad because I used to have videos talking about how the Roman Empire fell, and I did so many amazing videos years ago, and then I ended up deleting my first channel, and I lost a lot of those videos. I think I still have a huge archive of videos of over 400 videos, but there was the initial 400, and I had put a lot of work into those videos, and it's just so fucked up. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think about this? Women are only selecting the top 1% of men. I'm going to link you guys. Um, I'll be linking it in this video, so you can look in the description of this video to the other video that's going to delve further into this concept using the mouse utopia, because I really want to bring that in here. So these videos are going to be interconnected, but I want to jump over to that. But I'm going to link the videos. It'll be linked in the description, and of course, and I'll also make sure to link it using the using elements on screen, using the end cards. End cards on YouTube have changed so freaking. Oh, I don't need to say freaking. I can say fucking, so fucking much. But anyway, we'll figure it out. So let me know what you think about women only selecting 1% of of the top one, selecting the top 1% of men. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.